another One Simple Change, but it is a One Simple Change update. I don't think I am going to do anything different than I did the last time I updated. I just wanted to update you on my doctor's appointment and maybe give you a health update too at the end of this video. But so I'm still working on my One Simple Change from last time, which was like, what, over a month ago? And my hair's wet because I just got out of the shower, and I'm on the way to the doctor right now. I'm on the way to the gynecologist for a checkup. I want to say annual checkup, but I don't think I've been in 2 years. Yes, I think I said that in the last video. And I'm running late as usual. Does anyone else do that? That's why partly my house gets a mess sometimes, because I was running late and I didn't take a shower in time, and so all my clothes are thrown all over the floor, and yeah, nothing got put back and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of thing happens all the time. Does that happen to you? Anyway, so I had to rearrange some appointments recently because my dad needs to have surgery, and so it was conflicting. I didn't realize it was conflicting with some of his appointments. And so anyway, so I did go to my endocrinologist, and I will tell you what the results of that was at the end of this video. And it was good. Yeah, I'm going to my endocrinologist now, and I'm going to get a, what do we call it, an order to do a mammogram. And tomorrow I'm going to my hematologist. I think I told you, whoops, sorry guys. I told you in my last video that I've been going to a hematologist because my blood platelets were low. I want to say they need to be, I'm pretty sure, oh, see, like, now I can't hold the camera that way. They need to be 150, it's 1,000. They say 150, but they mean 150,000. So it needs to be 150 or more to be normal. And mine at one point was 90,000. So, and then they tested it again, and it was 120. And then they tested it again, and it was 150. I don't know, something like that. It just kept going back up, and the doctor said he couldn't figure out any reason why it was down so bad, other than I had a pancreatitis at the time that it was the 90,000. I don't know. They seem perplexed by it, but with Hashimoto's, there's... Sorry guys, I got cut off there, and so actually I've finished with my gynecologist appointment, but let me finish my thought before I tell you what happened there. So with Hashimoto's, they don't know what causes it. It's with the low blood platelets. They call it immune thrombocytopenia. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll put that down below. And so, isn't that wonderful? They have a condition, and they don't, or something wrong with people, and they don't know what it is, so they give it a name. How about you figure out what's going on? Anyway, so I don't know. So basically, it's not a problem, apparently. You know, a lot of times when your blood platelets are low, it could be a sign of cancer. I'm thinking that's what it is. But nothing is showing, no worries there, guys. There's no sign anywhere else of it, so that's not the problem. It's just a condition that happens with people who have Hashimoto's, and you just need to keep an eye on it. As long as it goes up and, you know, goes back up, which it did. But I haven't had it tested in a year. That's why I need to go to that doctor tomorrow, and I'll give you an update. So the update today is from my gynecologist, and there's really nothing a whole lot to tell you because she just did a checkup, TMI, you know, pap smear, breast exam, all that kind of stuff. And she ordered a mammogram, which, so bad. I apparently have not had a mammogram since 2011. Horrible. And she ordered a bone density scan. I did have one of those done, I think 2 years ago. I don't, normally I don't think that's necessary, but with my thyroid condition, because of the amount of thyroid I'm taking to feel good, they worry about bone density, so they want you to get a scan every so often. So whatever, the insurance pays for most of that, so whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the I had my blood work done for the hematologist, so I'm gonna go to that appointment tomorrow, and I'll update you on that, and then I will talk to you about my appointment with my gynecologist too. I'll tell you that. I want to get the paperwork in front of me so I can give you numbers and stuff like that. Pretty good. It was all good. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Alright, see you tomorrow. Okay guys, update. It is Thursday. It is like 11:30. Not that that matters, but anyway. So I just got back from the hematologist, and good news, he's releasing me from his care. My platelets were 179,000. Normal is 150,000. The last time I was there, it was like a year ago, because I slacked off on going to him, and it was 110. And the very first time I went, it was 90, which was not good. So he's releasing me from his care, and yeah, I think I'm all good. Like I said, I really think it was the pancreatitis that did that. So he wants my regular doctor to keep an eye on it. And yeah, so I'm good. One less doctor I gotta go to also. Yep. Oh, and I'm way up and like 3 towns over. It took me like 40 minutes to get here, 45 minutes to get here. And I said yesterday in my shopping haul video that I wasn't going to go to Hobby Lobby. I lied. I'm going to go celebrate and go to Hobby Lobby. Anyway, I might just look. We shall see. Okay guys, so let's go over what I have done so far. I started this back in June, going to the doctors and that kind of thing, and I had to like I said, I had to reschedule some stuff because my dad's surgery. And when I come back on vacation, he's going to be having surgery, so I need to get some things done. So I went to my endocrinologist. I got the blood work and the thyroid scan. I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. And I went to my gynecologist, and she ordered a mammogram. I don't know why I have this checked off, because I didn't do that yet. And Dr. DeLaw was the hematologist, so I did that, and blood work for him. I have not gotten a massage yet, and I have not done the eye doctor and the dentist. Those are just going to have to wait. So I'm waiting for the imaging center labs to call me back to schedule a mammogram, and my endocrinologist wants me to get a bone density scan, and my endocrinologist wants me to get another thyroid scan. And let me find my paperwork so I could talk to you about that in a minute. Alright guys, so I have my lab work in front of me. So when I went to my endocrinologist, everything came back really good. In fact, she did, I don't even know, you know how I've said in other videos that I was like pre-diabetic. My other doctor was telling me that this is a new endocrinologist. I've only been to her twice. Anyway, I had to get rid of my other endocrinologist because I didn't like her. Plus she was too far away, blah, blah, blah. This is my 5th endocrinologist, guys. Sometimes they just suck. I had a really good one, and she moved to California. Anyway, so, and I went an hour to drive to her. That's how good she was. So, well, not to mention, it's just really hard to find a good endocrinologist. They don't listen to you. Anyway, so she did the AC1 diabetic test, and my results was 4.9. That is non-diabetic. anything higher that they got 4 different levels. So the next one be well-controlled diabetic, intermediate well-controlled diabetic, and then a poorly controlled diabetic, which is a 9.5 or higher. So mine was within range. The range for a non-diabetic is 4.4 to 6.4, and I was a 4.9, so that's really good. And I have to say that that was partly due to my diet, but honestly, if you have a thyroid problem and if you take thyroid medication, maybe you know, maybe you don't know, that thyroid medication plays a part in your blood sugar. And so I lowered my medication, and because my previous doctor said something is not right here, and obviously because that was giving me depression, and something was just off because of being postmenopausal. So anyway, that corrected it, yes. However, she said that my glucose was a little high. Now, on the labs, it says the range is 74 to 100. So I was still within range, but I was at a 99. So that's why she said it was a little bit high. So she told me to lower my carbs. I told her I had been dieting. What's it been, like 6 weeks now? I've totally lost track, and still haven't done a one simple change. No sugar challenge final update. It was only supposed to be a 2-week challenge, and it ended up being longer than that. Actually, when you see this video, I probably have already done that. Hopefully, that's my plan, to do that before I go on vacation. So, what was my point about that? So, so I've been counting my carbs, and I told her they were like at 150 a day. I know that's too high. Guys, I know this. I'm trying to reduce it, and it's going to be just a gradual change. And she said try to keep them, actually she said try to keep them at, I think she said 100. So that's not too far off. And she said try to go into like 130 and then 120. And she said try not to eat more than 40 carbs at a sitting, which I don't normally do. But somehow throughout the day it ends up being 150. It's not more than 40 carbs at one time. I think that throws your blood sugar off. So that's why she said that. But everything else was great. All my vitamins, my vitamin D, my B12, my folate, iron, they are all within the levels that they should be. She actually wanted me to reduce my thyroid medicine some more. I'm not going to do that. From lowering them, I'm tired. I think from lowering them, I'm still tired from that. And I've done my own research, and I belong to a thyroid group, and for taking natural desiccated thyroid medicine, which is more complicated than taking synthetic thyroid medicine. Either that's called levothyroxine, which is generic, or Synthroid is what it was, which I used to take and felt like crap on that. People in that group call it Syn crap. Yeah. Anyway, some people do fine on it, but a lot of people don't. So I am much better on that. And she is basing me lowering my medicine on a TSH. And the TSH test actually tests your pituitary gland. I've talked about this in my thyroid story. I'll put the link down below, but I'll just briefly say what it does is your pituitary gland, I think how I've heard it described is it knocks on the door of the thyroid and said, hello, send out some thyroid hormones, which there's 5 different thyroid hormones, which is why I take natural desiccated thyroid, because it has all 5 of those hormones in it, and synthetic does not. It just has 1, T4, and you need T1, T2, T3, and something called, is it cliatone? I don't remember. Anyway, so it's 5 different, all the T's, T1, T2, 3, and 4, and that. And you need all those. That's what your body puts out naturally. So I don't know how it works for other people. Doctors think you only need T4. I don't know. Anyway, so she's basing me lowering my medication on the TSH, but it's really just testing the pituitary gland. And the thyroid group that I joined, and you know, there's medical professionals that are advising on this and all this stuff, and it's based on the Stop the Thyroid Madness website, which has been awesome and saved my life, honestly. That's how I found out about natural desiccated thyroid. There's been people who've been on Synthroid for, again, it does work for some people, so I'm not downing that. Have been on Synthroid for 20 years and suffering for 20 years, and then they went on natural desiccated thyroid, and boom, they were better. They weren't depressed anymore. A lot of people who are not doing well on their thyroid medicine need anti-anxiety pills, need depression pills, and once they get on natural desiccated thyroid, which was me, wasn't taking any of those. I refused to take those, but I was depressed. But as soon as I got on, and that happened right after my thyroid operation, as soon as I started taking natural desiccated thyroid medicine, I came out of my depression. And yeah, anyway, so long story short, no, short story long. Anyway, so she's basing it on that, and it really should be based on my T4 and T3 tests, which she didn't run one of the tests, so I'm not lowering. She said only to lower it by half a pill a week, just once a week, and I'm just not going to do that. I'm already feeling tired. I think it's fine. The only other thing is when they did the thyroid scan. Now this was almost a month to 6 weeks ago. It was on the 13th of June, and what is today, the 21st? So it was over a month ago. And if, as you know, you guys, I was eating crap. I was eating a lot of gluten and stuff like that. So the thyroid scan, which I don't have a thyroid, I had thyroid cancer, in case you don't know if you're new to my channel. And I feel like I have to mention this, because this bothers me every time it shows, but I have mentioned this before. Not that anybody has ever said anything, but guys, this is just a blown out vein. I had a blood clot about, I don't know, 10 years ago. No biggie. Haven't had one since. They said it was just a fluke. But anyway, it blew out the vein. I was hospitalized for a week, and they had me on warfarin for a year to thin out my blood to make sure. Anyway, I'm fine. Anyway, but that's what that is, in case anybody is wondering. So, no, I've forgot what I was going to say. So, yeah. Okay, so I was talking about gluten in my thyroid scan. So the thyroid scan came back okay, except for it found 2 lymph nodes that were slightly enlarged. And she said she wasn't concerned because they do something called a thyroglobulin test too, and that came back completely normal, and actually she said it was totally clear, whatever that means. And so she said she wasn't worried, but she'd like to do another thyroid scan just in case. And then I talked to her. I said, is it possible that my neck could have been swollen from gluten? And she said, normally that affects your gut. She said, but I suppose that's possible. I said, well, I was eating a lot of gluten. I think that was right after that week I had went to Chick-fil-A, and how many days did I have Chick-fil-A, plus all that sodium, and that makes you swell, and I just wondered if that had swelled. And so she said, all right, let's wait 2 months, don't eat any gluten, and let's see what happens, and yeah, and do it again. And then, so when I got home, I looked it up on the computer. I know everything on the internet is not exactly true, but I believe this. So, plus I asked on my thyroid group if anybody had any problems with swollen lymph nodes due to gluten. And most of the people said yes, they did, but that was because they were celiac. I am not celiac. That I know of. Don't think I am. I know I'm intolerant to gluten, but I actually never got a gluten intolerant test. I know they can do some kind of test, but I've never actually done it because I didn't think it was necessary. I don't think I'm celiac. Celiacs are like highly allergic, and that's not happening. So it did say that, so those people who had celiac said yes, their lymph nodes were swollen because of that. And then I read some studies about it, about some doctors talking about how their patients were had swollen lymph nodes, and every other test they did, there was nothing wrong with them. It was just the swollen lymph nodes, which, you know, could be a sign of cancer. But I've been cancer-free for 5 years. I doubt it's that. So those doctors were saying, so then they put them on a special no gluten-free diet, and that alleviated the problem. So I'm pretty dang sure, 90 to 99% sure that that was what the problem is. So I have got to try to keep away from sodium and gluten for the next 2 months until I have that scan, which I've been pretty good, but in the last week or two, because of the circumstances that's been going on with my sister, I just, yeah, haven't been keeping track and all that of my food and been cheating a little bit. But anyway, so I think that's really good news. I am out of the woods as far as being diabetic. So that's good. Yay for me. So that's so this is not really a one simple change. I still have all those things to do. This is just an update on my last one simple change, which was getting my doctor's appointments done and taking care of myself and all about me, which was supposed to be the month of June and ended up being the month of July. And guess what? It's going to be the month of August too. All about me. Maybe all the way through my birthday until September, until I get it all done. And again, like I said, when I come back from my vacation, my dad will be having surgery like a week after I get back from my vacation. And I'm going to have to help take care of him, and because he's going to be in a sling for 6 weeks, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, I'm proud of myself that I'm definitely feeling better, because when I was pre-diabetic, supposedly pre-diabetic, I was having hot flashes from the food. I thought it was menopause hot flashes. It was diabetic hot flashes, because about 20 minutes after I eat, I would just get a rush of, yeah, I was flushed and everything. And I actually recently felt that way because I ate a candy bar. So what does that tell you? No, 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 Michelle. I can have a little handful of like 10 Ghirardelli chocolate chips and that's it. I cannot eat a whole candy bar. That was dumb. Anyway, you know, I love chocolate, and when I'm depressed, I eat chocolate. So I'm not depressed. I was just having a moment. Anyway, I've talked long enough. That's it, guys. Until the next one simple change. Not sure what that's going to be. We shall see. Anyway, guys, if you want to check out my other one simple changes I have been doing since January, I'm doing really good on all those. Walking, water, and the water's the last couple weeks, 2 weeks or a week or so. I haven't been doing good, but I'm going to get better on that. Today, right after I finish this video, I'm going to go fill up my water jug, my Bubba mug, and do that. Anyway, I'll put the playlist of my all the one simple changes that I have been doing since January to get out of this depression, to take better care of myself, to a better me, and a better wife, a better mother, a better sister, a better daughter, everything. Anyway, see you guys. Enjoy your day.